a little quiet on the side of the UNO Community Arena, but work, as you can see, has gone on quite a bit here since we were here last. As you can see, the cranes that have been erecting the roof trusses are idle today, but they've done quite a bit of work so far. Also down here, so you get a sense of where we are in the building. This is the main level. This is where most of the fans will come in and access their seats. If you look down here, this will be the home side of the arena. The home bench will be here. It's kind of a unique setup, old school setup, if you will, in that the home bench will be on one side, the visitors bench will be on the other side, along with the club and the suite area, which will be on that third level there up from the event level. A lot of work, as we said, has gone on here at the UNO Community Arena, and here to give us an update on more of that is Steve Gusweiler, who's the project manager for Kiewit. And Steve, you guys have been doing a great bit of work, and obviously even with the rain slowing you down, you guys are still keeping on schedule.
Yep, we're right on schedule. We're actually on budget with everything, and we're moving right along despite the rain.
Yeah.
The last few days.
Well, and that really has been a challenge, because the last time we were here it was dusty as all get out, and now you guys are really dealing with a lot of mud.
Yeah, that's our big push right now, is to get these parking lots and all the roads in so that we can get out of the mud or dust and make sure that we're out of the ground and proceed on.
Sure. Well, the last time we were here, we didn't have this above our heads, and these are the roof trusses. You sort of described how this process would work, and these are going in. So tell us where you are sort of in the grand scheme of things getting these trusses up.
So right now what you're seeing is basically the first big truss is actually a T2. That truss right there is the one of two of the biggest trusses. That's a T2. It's 225 feet long, 180,000 pounds and some change. So we actually, if we remember that plan when we were looking at that, we erected that in halves.
Yeah.
So we had the shoring tower that you actually see here on one of the T1s. So we set that up. We've got all the engineering, PE stamped from the ground soil conditions, from the crane mats there, and that whole shoring tower with the Queen Mary sitting on it, and everything's all engineered from a third-party designer that one of our subcontractors hired that's a specialist with actually truss erections on arenas.
Yeah.
And he's been within an eighth inch of where he's going to be when we've been setting these trusses. He can say when we set this and we touch down on one side, this shoring tower is going to be a 1/4 inch out this way and an 1/8 inch out that way. From everything he's said, he's been, I mean, spot on. It's been really neat to see. It's been going great. So we set the T2 truss a couple weeks ago, and then we're proceeding on. All these T1 trusses are a little bit shorter. I believe they're 190 feet. Probably 50,000 pounds less. I don't remember the exact weight right off of hand.
Yeah.
So then we got those. We'll continue those on for the next few bays, and then there'll be a T2 truss down at the other end of the bowl, and we'll move the cranes outside the arena and set the remainder of the secondary trusses from there.
Wow. So just so nobody gets sort of the misconception here, this center column that we're looking at here, that's not staying. That's not going to be in the middle of the ice surface,
nope,
right?
That's a temporary structure. That's how we plan to erect all this steel. We could have gotten bigger cranes, but with the space limitations and the lifts and being boom bound and everything like that, this was the best way to properly erect all these trusses.
One of the other things that you were telling me about, just to give yourselves more room in getting this done, is the fact that as you look at the lower bowl here, you're not seeing all of the risers that will accommodate the seats right now, correct?
Correct. When you were kind of showing everybody, we've actually left out the last piece of the riser steel for all the bowl seating, and we left that out on purpose so that we could, one, get room for all the truss erection. You can see that it's completely filled up with all the materials and lay down and everything, and then also when we're actually erecting all the precast bowl seating, we need to get up in because we're actually going to have the roof on, and we need the head clearance, and we need to, with the weights, we need to get as close as we possibly can. So we've purposely left that out, and we'll fill in as we've put the seating in.
Wow. And it's hard not to notice when you're standing here, although we have nothing above us right now as far as the second level of this arena, you really get a sense of how close the fans, even in the second deck, are going to be to the ice surface.
Oh yeah, from this concourse level, when you walk up on those monument stairs and you walking around the concourse, you're going to have, I mean, great seats to be able to watch the ice just from here. Then you go down onto the lower bowl, it's going to be even better seat. Up on this concourse, we will have some seating rails that you can stand at that are going to be some of the hottest seats in the stadium, I think, you know, besides having a seat. So it's going to be a really good view from here.
So Steve, the area we're stepping onto now is what will be the club area of the building, and obviously the concrete still needs to go down here, but this is quite a large space you've got here.
Yep, we'll have the club lounge here. It'll actually have 2 concessions and a bar area. It'll be open to the club seating that you can come up and you can get drinks and food in this area, and it'll be a real nice, it'll actually have a lot nicer finishes in it. It'll have some 3-form with some nice red lights in it, so it'll be a pretty neat area.
Yeah, and you guys are able to continue, while you're continuing the work on the roof trusses, you're also working to sort of enclose the outside of the building, aren't you?
Yeah, correct. The area that we were at on the south side of the building, just as the same that we were doing on the community ice, we're, as fast as we can get the steel up, we're going right behind it with the exterior framing and then sheeting it and putting insulation on there so that we can get ready to do all the cement plaster and the actual metal panel that's going to go on the exterior closure. That'll be the finished product. We're actually going to be, once it stops raining, get the community ice roof on, and the trusses are going on right now, so once we get a couple more, another bay, we're going to start stacking the deck up there, and the deck will start going, and the roof right after that.
Wow. So, well, because the cold weather's coming, right?
It is. It's not stopping. So.
Yeah. Well, Steve, thanks for the update. It's been great progress obviously being made here, and we look forward to catching up with you again.
Yep, thanks.
So that's going to do it for this edition of Maverick Minutes. We're glad you've tuned in here at omavs.com, and we invite you to come back again next time. Thanks.